set, go. Good job.
Hello. So as you can see, I've got the video editing software going on and got my headset on because I'm going to do some voiceover for this video. So just wanted to give everybody a heads up. In this training log, Glenn was up north for a fishing trip. So waiting for him to come over. It's Saturday now. We're going to do some strongman training. So in this video, you are going to see me trying to set up for the event training for strongman. And I'm not going to talk about the contest in depth in this video because I want to do a video either tonight or tomorrow just going over the contest and what we're thinking, what we're going to try and do. So if you have any sort of things, questions, comments, etc. that you want to know about the strongman competition, what Glenn and I are doing, now's the time to ask because I will be making the video tonight or tomorrow. So get those questions in the comments as soon as you can. And hope you enjoy the video. Alright, this one's going to be a little bit weird because it starts on a Saturday as opposed to a Monday like normal. So this is what I've got set up to emulate the car deadlift. I've got 2 landmines from Rogue and 2 Rogue single handles that I've got strapped on there. And yes, I'm wearing straps. If you watch the video that I just did, I talk about that a little bit. Straps are allowed in the competition, so I'm going to be training with them. But you can see here, I'm smashing myself in the back of the hamstrings, and it's leading to a little bit of an uneven pull, and I'm rocking back and forth. The apparatus itself, when I stood on it and weighed it with no plates on there, came out to 50 pounds. So just 5 pounds more than a normal barbell. And you can see they're just shifting all over. But really, I think this emulates the car deadlift pretty well for a side pick. And if you can't guess, the competition is going to have a side pick here. No idea what rep I'm on here, so maybe I should go back and watch it. But it just felt pretty good. I was locking it pretty strong, moving pretty fast.
I forgot to hit it.
And you can see there, yeah, I had my straps on pretty good. Handles came right off. Now this is 550 pounds, and you can see now I put a clip before the handles, and now I'm not hitting the back of my legs, so I don't have to get any more bruises on my hamstrings. One problem with this particular setup is when you put the handles on, it ends up being 15 inches off the ground for the pick. The competition is going to be a 10-inch pick. So I'm going to have to work on that. I did measure it. If I don't use the handles, that's going to be 10 inches. So I'm going to talk to Glenn once he gets back, see what he thinks about this. But man, this is heavy. I thought it would go a little bit better with the side handle. Obviously not going so well. And you can see because it's not fixed together, I'm kind of rocking back and forth there.
We've had 2 seconds.
So I used up my minute. On to Monday, so here's us setting up everything. lucky that I have the kids that help me and my wife to record for me. Here's Ethan, my son. He wanted to do the keg carry, show me how to actually do it. And that is my pony keg. I think that's 25 or 27 pounds completely empty. He did pretty good, and I actually would have probably not let him do this, except for I looked over and he was carrying it in the yard. And here's my daughter Iris. She wanted to do it and show me how to do it as well. And you can see her technique's pretty interesting. She's got it off to the side of the hip. And I think now that I'm watching this video, she might be onto something. Because when you watch me walk, it's pretty bad. So here we go.
Ready?
This is a 60-foot course.
Go.
You saw us measuring it out precisely. You can see the waddling there. So I've got it where it's hitting my thighs, so I've got to lean back really far, and that's putting a lot of hamstring strain on me.
15.
And yeah, so my wife kind of forgot to move the camera a little bit, but you know what? It is what it is. She was doing all of the recording, all of the setup for me, and she was helping me with commands. So all around, thank you, Brooke, for being awesome, and kids
30.
for helping me out. So this is 195 per hand on the farmers. So with the turn, that's 120 feet. And overall, I was pretty happy with how that went. Finished in 48 seconds.
Yeah,
So I need to move a
48
little
seconds.
bit faster there. And now Iris is doing the timer for me. And Ethan is playing on his bike. And my wife's still recording. So the keg's still at 200 pounds. I'm not going to add weight to the keg yet because of some stuff that we're going to talk about in the next video.
47.
But I upped the farmers to 215 pounds a hand. And, you know, pick pretty easy. I'm really confident in my ability to pick any weight on the farmers that I'm going to be doing. But here's the 60 feet, and I just couldn't do it anymore. Between my hands and my breathing, I was done. So that's pretty disappointing because I am going to have to walk 120 feet. So there will be a turn. And this last run here that I did is, again, 200 pounds on the keg. You can see my son there. He wanted to record. And that went up on Instagram. Pretty good film in there.
47.
So I'm getting the keg in 15 to 13 seconds for 60 feet, which isn't too bad. I need to speed up going from the keg to the farmers when I set it down. And this is 235 pounds per hand on the farmers. See there, I'm not really going that fast. Past the line, and there's no way I am turning around right now.
Set, go.
Keg toss. So for those of you
Good
who
job.
don't know, this is the event that I'm going to blame for tearing my labrum last year in the competition. The last keg I had some difficulty with. It was a little bit heavier than I expected. I had a bone spur and ended up tearing everything. Surprisingly, this feels awesome. It feels so much better than it did last year when I was just training.
Hit it.
I don't have the impingement going on. And that tree branch that I'm throwing it to, I don't remember, but we measured it
Good job.
last year. It's somewhere from 12 to 14 feet where I'm throwing it. And then it's got another section that's a little bit higher, and I think that one's the 16 feet. So overall, not
You're
too
up a
bad.
forward, a little
I might
too
have to
far.
get another keg so I don't
You're
have
at
to be
50
doing all this
seconds.
cardio. Look at all that cardio, all that fat man running. I do not like that. You can see
Good.
I'm already just dying here.
1 minute.
And this is the last day for this particular video. So wanted to try and simulate the Viking press. I did order a Viking press attachment. It is not in yet, but I wanted to at least kind of set it up.
Are you sure it was locked?
For a
Positive?
second it was.
And here I am not sure if it's locked at all, so I'm trying to talk to my wife and say, you know, don't give me a down command unless you're sure it's locked.
Okay.
Because this apparatus is very
I
shaky.
don't think I can lock it any better than that.
I'm not very confident with the lock. And this weight right here is
That's
around
locked.
160
For a split second it does.
pounds. It's a little bit weird. I weighed it all out, but I forgot my precise calculations out in the pole barn. So we're going to guess it's somewhere between 155 and 160 here. And And again, you see me looking at my right arm going, man, am I even locked out on this thing? What is going on? And one of the big things on the Viking press that I'm going to have to train myself on is you cannot double dip. So it's one knee bend to the press, and you cannot rebend. This is, I think, 190, 195. Yeah, did not go well. So that's not good news at all.
Wow.
Well, after that embarrassing failure, I decided to go do some Z press with the log. So got the pin set up there, just working on maintaining the core in an upright position, which is very difficult with a Z press, especially with the log pushing you backwards and trying to get your face out of the way so you don't smash or kiss the log, which I've done a couple of times. It doesn't feel very good, especially on the way down. On the way up, it's not so bad. But just wanted to get some tricep work in there and a little bit of shoulder work, although I do have it high enough that it's a little bit more of a lockout. I'm hoping that my leg drive is going to be enough to get me through there on the Viking press, and I just need to build that tricep strength up there. So that first set was 135 pounds. This is 155 pounds. And I am just feeling weak on these. I'm not really happy with the speed, but I was worried, is it my lockout? And you can see there, it started to come back down, and I had to really push to get those elbows locked. So Z-Press is definitely staying in the programming. Look at that, just struggling with that. And for some reason, I decided to do these.
I'm not sure how well you can see this, but I got band set up, band pegs here, so some decent amount of support. I'm going to try and do some pull-ups here, supported pull-ups or fat man pull-ups if you prefer. See if they work.
I'm a little bit too heavy to be doing pull-ups unassisted.
In between the Z-press with the log.
And I was trying to set these up in between my sets. I tried doing normal pull-ups. Obviously, that didn't go very well. And my shoulder's a little bit too weak still to be doing negatives. So you can see there, not quite getting all the way up. I don't think I had enough band tension to help me out.
Okay, that's about it. Ooh. I think I need about 3 more bands on there. My goodness.
And then I decided, you know what, let's try 175.
Nope.
And that was a no.
Not today.
And just for reference, I used to be able to do 175 for quite a few reps, so that is not a good sign right now.
Oh, so that's a good indicator of how much strength I've lost. Couldn't do that weight. So going back down 20.
Yeah, so back down to 155 pounds. Just trying to get some work in there. That's what it's about right now for me. I don't have that much time before the contest, and I really need to get that shoulder strength back. That is the one thing that I am very far behind on for the contest, is my pressing strength. And I guess that's kind of to be expected, as I've only been log pressing at all for a week before this, and I started benching 2 or 3 weeks before that. And surgery, I was off since November, and I couldn't press since August because of the pain. But yeah, a bunch of excuses on why I'm weak.
Not a good sign.
And I didn't have Glen there to see how he was doing, and I think that is
I'm blaming the fat man pull-ups.
just, yeah, I'm trying to blame the pull-ups. It's not the pull-ups.
Not the shoulder surgery.
But yeah, having a partner there when they're around the same strength as you is a really good indicator. Is it just
Who wants a V-taper anyways?
you're having a big
Overrated.
problem with your strength? Are you just having a bad day? Is the plate too heavy? Did you misload it? Who knows what's going on? But if Glenn was there, I could have at least had an indicator what he was feeling, how he was doing with that lift. And look at that. I'm not getting full range of motion at all. Just, I pull till the bands don't help enough.
Need more bands.
But I feel it. That does do a lot. And I finished up with some slingshot benching. And I do have the support set high on these because I wanted to make sure I don't die. Not a big fan of benching without a spotter or without pins set up. But this is only 225 pounds. Just wanted to get some extra pump work in there. I didn't get as many reps as I was hoping for. But that is it for this video. Now go lift something heavy.